as well so that they can experiment. But the group itself is going to get a different amount, and probably more than any individual. And that's kind of what we're forming there. So yeah, you absolutely should be part of that group to figure out how we play with gimbals and all that.
So on to agenda, we're already at 12 minutes after. Dimitri, hopefully that answered your question. We do have this agenda and it's pretty packed full. We're already a little bit late. So
yeah, that's fine. Please continue. I mean, we need to stick to time as well.
So just from the previous agenda, I copied in some stuff, and this is, so who is going to take notes other than me?
I'll help out.
Can you do it on the Google Doc, Simon?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And this is, it's in the Telegram. Okay. And I did add this in here. So this has been very helpful for agendas from one week to another. If you can put it in red when there's an action item, and then it makes it easy for the person that's doing the next one to see it and add it here. So George had mentioned this about the Linktree. Would be really good to have links updated on that. And Simon, you've done this now. I just think I saw that in the chat, right?
Yes.
Okay, see, this is what we do. We turn it green. Woohoo! And then Andre, there was something about adding metadata.
Yeah, I was just explaining. I think Miroslav mentioned a few options how we can do the payments, and I was just explaining one of the stuff we do. So yeah, you can turn that green as well.
Okay,
so
and then
sort it out.
And then we did meet, and we have done this on the Friday, and yeah, and then scheduling and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about that hopefully today. So it looks like just the only thing left from the agenda from last week was to possibly update the Linktree. It's not crucial. Yoram, you're here, and I don't know if Abe is here as well. Who else showed up?
I'm here.
Good morning.
Hallelujah.
Hello.
Good night.
Good day. Good night.
I'm good. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Guten Morgen. Buongiorno.
Good. And I'm sorry you jumped in late. You were on another call, and then you have to come right into here, and you didn't even get a chance to check in. So you're a busy guy.
Very busy guy. I'm no, just a lot of good action. All good.
Okay, so on the agenda is just an update on our Plastic and Cardano event, Twitter Space NFT update. Our Twitter Space, we met yesterday with Abe. It was an interesting meeting because it went through the hour, and then Abe joined in, and then Yoram joined back in, and it was kind of interesting. But there are notes on that. There is a recording. If you have time to watch it, fast forward it. And I'm not sure, Yoram, what the scoop is on talking about our partnership until it's absolutely confirmed with the ocean cleanup. I'm a little.
Who about talking about it?
Well, like the NFT funding going towards ocean cleanup.
No, we first have to get the partnership. I mean, obviously, but this is the call on Thursday, right?
Right. So then to share it and stuff like that. See, the thing is that we record this, and that was in the event. I think that's probably why I was kind of like, okay, this shouldn't be shared out public yet. We're releasing information prior to confirming something. So
yeah,
felt
this is
like
what I mentioned also. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
there's
we
no
do
reason
have.
to share it. I mean, yeah.
You go ahead.
No, so Thursday is the call. I think Thursday we need to kind of nail that we, I mean, they confirmed in general in the first one, but now we need to get that they are confirming the participation in the event. And that could be, and then we need to ask from them a specific project, right? That it's going to be donated to. We need to see that it makes sense for us and for what we want to do, and then nail the partnership. I mean, it's not really a partnership, right? Just agreement that they are going to receive it for this and this purpose, and that they are going to come to the event.
So what's happened so far? Oops, I got too many tabs open. So what's happened so far is that we have the Twitter space, the NFT launch, totally new experience for me. I'm still feeling a little bit of anxiety of trying something new. We launched the NFT. I see that there's nothing else been sold. 4 days ago, there was another NFT, and we've raised 600, almost 600 ADA. So this is something, be really great to keep promoting that towards the 21st to the event. And then, we're trying to make this specific connection that this NFT will support. And then at the meeting yesterday, Abe suggested that we do another Twitter space, not in conflict with CNC, that does it this Saturday. So there would definitely be not a Twitter space this Thursday, but possibly next Thursday as an intro the week before the next event, because that did generate some information. Sean got a lot of people joining. His group was actually pretty cool. So that's the tentative plan at this point. Yeah, anything else, Yoram?
About that, no.
Okay. Do you want to do a quick update on Essential Cardano?
Yeah, I can do about that. 1 second. Yeah, so I wanted two things. First of all, I had a call with also, okay, now let's speak about Essential Cardano, then the other one. So Essential Cardano, we were reached out basically through, I don't know how the department called, from Morgan, from, what's the name of the department?
Good question. There's a lot of departments.
Yeah, growing communities or inclusive communities or something like that within, let me give you the title. And basically they created a very, very cool project. And they kind of, we initially discussed on other things, and then they say, you know what, why won't you actually try this new project? I want to give you the title of him, Morgan Schofield, Head of Ecosystem Growth, based in UK. And the new project is basically, if you want, is a little bit like Wikipedia for community content, just to simplify the text. So community can write different articles and kind of centralize location where we can centralize content from the community in kind of in a Wikipedia type style, a little bit manner. And kind of we got basically an access as a test access for that.
Cool.
And basically, yeah, and there is kind of 10 other groups like Cardano Cube and other content provider kind of in the ecosystem, not from Catalyst. Yeah, please, Melanie.
The other cool thing is it's a easy entry user interface on a web page. And they have it translated to GitHub. So they have the background into it. So I don't have the time to test this, so, and to actually work in this. So it might be good. I'm thinking that if somebody else was interested in content, Tyler, writing a blog, something like that, maybe we can connect. You could write a blog in your spare time and add it or something, some sort of little test run for Cardano for climate to test out this interface. So it is private though, and it's not shared, it's a test run, closed group. But if somebody else wants to do it, then reach out to Yoram or myself. And it feels like it's something that should be pursued a little bit more. Anything else, Yoram? Does that work?
Yeah. So, and we need to, what do we do? Should we provide the access code to everyone, or how do we do that? I mean, we got an access code for that, right?
So what I would suggest is we find out who wants to join it first, and then we get permission from Morgan and say, we've got other people in our group that would really like to try this out. This is who it is. Are you okay if we give them this access? That to me would make the best sense.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, and anyone can think about different content, and I think it's quite cool to test it. So anyone that is interested to test it, it will be quite cool.
And do we want to do a deadline or something like this for Yoram or Melanie ASAP to get access? Okay, does that work?
See.
Okay, so moving on, regrouping. I know that for myself, I've worked very hard my life to do some coping strategies, and they've been overwhelmed lately. And it's led to some frustration and anger and unproductive behavior on my part. And, I'm recognizing that I have to back out, and I have to start saying, this is too much for me. And this is, something that, and spring is here, the farm, the work is starting to gather up, and I'm not able to focus as much on this as I'd like to. So for myself going forward, I'm going to actually move out of Catalyst at this point, because that to me is the biggest overwhelm. That's really overwhelming my senses. There's too many different connections. I'm spread out much too thin. So I'm going to, take a break from Catalyst, which means town halls. I'm going to trust other people are still involved and, keep us in the loop and do things. I might still, at this point, I'm the lead on the gimbal token problem-based learning. I'm feeling like it might be going in a different direction that I don't feel I want it to go in. So I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think this week we should be able to sort that out. So I want to focus on facilitating these meetings during the week. I'll monitor social media during the week. I need my weekends off. And then I'm going to help finish this event. And then I'm going to just sit back a little bit more. I really need to, I want to promote this NFT and actually see some sort of connection going on. And I'm going to start moving away from facilitating the meetups on Wednesday, which means, doing the whole slide deck and, organizing that, because that's very Catalyst related. So I'm going to be handing that over. If someone wants to jump in today and, work through it and hand over by tomorrow, that's great. That would be awesome. If not, then I'll just keep going this week. And then by next week, I should be hopefully out of the picture on that one. So I think that's any questions?
On which meetup you speaking on the meetup, on the C4C meetup on Wednesday?
The Wednesday weekly meetups. Yeah, I have to let that one go because it is so connected to Catalyst. And there's, a lot of things that should be happening, breakout rooms, and yeah, I've spent a lot of time in the last little bit going, okay, I'm getting really angry. I'm getting frustrated. I'm snapping. And that means that something's not right. And I need to find some balance. Simon.
Yeah, I think that's totally cool. I think you've done really a lot in this group, and yeah, you gotta protect yourself and make sure you're feeling all right with what you're doing.
Yeah, and I don't want like sympathy either, like, oh, keep doing this, you can do this, because I just realized I've hit my limit. And if you're running a race against somebody, actually it's funny because I watched a movie or a documentary yesterday on families in the Serengeti. Beautiful documentary anyways, but there was a lioness. She was old. She was beyond breeding age, and she was expelled from her group. And I thought, oh crap, that almost feels like me, that I'm too old for this. And it's not quite the case, but I don't want to get that sympathy, but I don't want to keep trying to compete with a younger generation that moves into all these fantastic tools and being able to connect all this stuff. I just can't. I have to say, enough is enough, because it's starting to rob me of my joy, and that doesn't feel good. So so I think that hopefully by the next event I can sit back and not be involved in that, and somebody else will take over that one as well. And yeah, because summer is coming, and I haven't been in Catalyst for the summer. I joined end of last summer, and that was good time, but I know that the summer will be a busy time.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's good, first of all, recognize it and change, and it's good that different people take on Wednesday. I mean,
we need new voices.
People. Yeah, and it's cool.
Yeah, sometimes letting go of certain tasks leaves room for others to pick them up. And
well, that's it. And this
so
is what I want to actually do, is focus on the gimbal token and that community part of it, building up the community. This is very, very important for me, incentivizing people to feel welcome, to be built up. So this is the idea that I have, and I haven't had that opportunity to share in the gimbal token PBL yet. Hopefully, this week we can sort some of that stuff out, and then we'll see where we go on that one. We do have a hard stop at the top of the hour, so I think hopefully that's clear enough. And
yeah,
Simon, thank you. You said Melanie will move out of Catalyst a bit. I had to take out the a bit. It's all or nothing for me. So.
Oh, well, I mean, it's all kind of related is what I was suggesting there.
I think it's good to recognize when we're stretched. I think a lot of people are at the moment and hitting walls, and we just need to consolidate. But I'm glad it's not like, because you're very valuable and are the heart of this community. So finding those boundaries and balances, but it'll also, I think, find out what completely falls apart that nobody knew that Melanie was holding together. And I think those will be really good findings to say, oh my God, we need this and this and this. And
I'm
that
hoping that there's enough bread trails, that you can find your way through, but I am available to do this. It's not like, because that was it, like I get to this point of this overwhelm and I have two options. I can quit or I can restructure, but what I did was I recognized that my coping strategies only do so much. They only fill in so much, and then the structure starts cracking. And then that's when my behavior changes. And that's something from being an education assistant is if somebody's behavior changes, it's really important to ask why and get to the bottom of it. And so, I've had to do that for myself and say, why? And I realize, like it's all good intention to say, Melanie, you can do this. But I also remember at town hall one day, there was no announcer, going to do the experiment spiel, the experiment slide. And it's like, Merrick, you can do it. Or the very shy admin. And right away, they just clammed up, and it's sort of like, no. And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I tried to ask you to be brave. you know, in front of everybody else. And it felt like that. And so it's with good intentions that people say, you can do this. But sometimes if a person doesn't know how to say no, like myself, that can override what my heart is actually saying. And it's been overridden too many times lately. So
I think we need to remember three things. Okay. One, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Okay. Second, what is our objective? Right? Is the overall objective in this marathon. And third, that we need to do it together. I mean, no one can do it by himself, you know, to achieve, to impact the blockchain, to be more and more blockchain for good, right? And we are part of that process, and it's a marathon and it's ongoing basis. And we need to remember these three things, I think, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, none of us is strong enough to do it, and none of us is, yeah, and I think that's something that we all have to tell ourselves. And I mean, and we reach again, and I will say fourth thing, we reached so much so far. I mean, again, think when we started, think where we are today, think what's the possibilities. I mean, I had in a meeting last week in Geneva here in you know, the Impact Hub in Geneva in the morning. They organized something. And I came and told them, we are a community on the blockchain of over 200 people. Everyone were, wow, right? And this organization that exists for a long time. So we have to remember these four things. And that's, yeah, that's just point for us to sit and remember. And sometimes we need also to relax a little bit and enjoy the successes. And yeah.
And we also have to remember that we've got an agenda and 25 minutes to finish it in. And an event to plan, like for tomorrow. So I do appreciate that. You know, in the past, I would have quit. You know, I got to say that I am leaning in. This is very difficult for me to have bad behavior and still stay. But I think it would help also to recognize that when other people have bad behavior or they misbehave or whatever, there's a reason for it. And, you know, we're human. It shows that we're human.
Let me tell you a secret. Even me, I'm not perfect. It's a big secret. So, I mean,
okay. Magda and we communicate all the time, Yoram. I already know this. So I've got her number.
If you speak with Magda, you know that I'm very fun for me.
We all know who we are. We all know our own reputation, and we're responsible for being honest to ourselves. If you read that book, To Kill a Mockingbird, you recognize, you know, that where you work and where you are at home need to be in alignment, or you're living a lie. Andre, go ahead.
Yes, and now I just want to continue with the agenda.
Good, excellent. Thank you. Perfect. Accounting. Yes, thank you so much. We need this.
I wanted to, Miroslav is going to show you guys something real quick, but just before he shows you, I just wanted to say, maybe we should organize a meeting to decide who's going to get paid what for these budget items on the proposals, so we can get it done.
So let's do that. So I think that's a good overlap with the Gimbal token PBL. We're working on task lists and, you know, different things. I think it's a really good win-win there if we can sort of figure that out, figure out how we take our resources and divvy them up. Yes.
Yes.
So you did you need to share the screen?
Yes,
Miroslav.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe you can co-host, give me quick co-host.
You betcha. Just a sec, keeps moving around. There you go. And welcome, George and Tigane. And yeah, you know, like transition times can be difficult, right? And this feels like a transition time. So we're going to get through this. Okay. I'm going to go get a hot cup of tea while you do that. Okay.
Good. Hey,
no, you must see this, Melanie. Where are you going now?
Okay. I'm here. I'm not.
I'm just joking. It's okay. But guys, we built two accounts for Cardano for Climate. So we can say internal accounts and Cardano for Climate accounts. So everything is the same, like you see here. In first one, we are tracking IOG payments and what's going on in your wallet. And when you send ADA to Treasury Guild, this is first. Also for the second one, and this is for Hub, exactly the same. So we are recording your wallets and Treasury Guild wallets, and everything is connected to Gitbook. Just quick.
So you're tracking the group's wallets as well as the Treasury.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Great.
And now, this is also something, do we add this to our Linktree? The GitHub repository to show the transparency of our group. Where does this information, this link reside? Where's the most logical place for everybody to be able to find it? Any suggestions?
Website.
Website hasn't really been worked on much lately. So, and if you're not going to it, you don't find it. So we can pin it in Telegram. We can put it in Discord. I think maybe those would be the best places for now. I think we have the accounting topic. So yeah, just add those to there for now.
And what about,
sorry
guys, what about this website of Cardano for Climate? So it's not update, or do we have somebody who will update things?
Jem created it for us. There's a lot of us that have access to it. It just hasn't been developed like it could. And then hopefully moving forward, this will be one of those jobs that someone can take. Maybe we create a bounty like James does. Somebody that really loves doing that can take this over and they can be properly rewarded for it. To be really cool. Yeah.
Yes, maybe we can mention that tomorrow in the after presentation in breaking room. Maybe we can find person for that. I don't know. This is just the idea.
Awesome. So let's add that to our agenda or breakout room. What are we going to call that, Miro? Website, C4C website?
Yes. Website development. Yes, maybe. Yes.
Well, if I haven't quite captured it, you let me know. And then should we include the gimbal token PBL as a breakout room? Because it might be a good time to spend some time sorting that out, seeing if there's other people interested, or keep them separate.
I'm sorry, where do we want to put it now? Did we decide on anything?
Telegram, and I like the idea of putting it on Linktree. If we're going to create one, that makes sense too.
We have a Linktree that sorry, I know this is hard when you're doing this too, Simon. Accounting in Discord and Linktree.
This is, I mean, this is all extra work. Who is going to do that?
Well, Andre, if you put it in Discord.
Yes, that's fine.
And then you can actually even put it in Telegram, and then any admin can take that and pin it. There is one pinned Telegram message that has all our links, including Linktree. I'll add that to that as soon as you guys post it in Telegram. So that'll be on my to-do. So Telegram, I'll put that in red.
Yeah, I'm curious. Should we really put it in Telegram, since Telegram only has one channel and people have to go through that?
It'll be pinned.
Oh, you mean like pin the link and then?
Yes, it's going to be
Oh,
pinned.
I see. Yeah, that
It's
makes
going to be
sense.
pinned with all our links in one of the messages. So Andre, you're going to do this one, Andre or Miro.
Yes.
Okay.
I've already sent it to Telegram.
Oh, you've done it. Okay, perfect. So it's still going to stay red.
Only to the core team.
Okay. Okay, that's so, but it should be to everybody, right?
Yes. Okay, so I'll share it to all the Cardano for Climate channels.
Yeah, you can do that. Pinned. So I'll just, or one of us can, no, I have to edit that message and then I'll pin it. Okay, good. And then if you can do it in the accounting one, you're going to do that right now, going to turn it green. Can you add that link?
I'm just waiting.
And then Linktree.
I'm just waiting for Discord, but I'm going to do it now.
Simon, you've been responsible for updating Linktree up till now, creating it. Are you able to do that or not?
Sure. I just need the link.
Okay, you'll see it. Andre's put it in the core Telegram chat. And we'll leave that up to you. Was it George that you were talking about Linktree links?
Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to add your proposals to Linktree as well, because I added my proposal for Fund 9 already. And I think that will also be interesting.
It's hard to say now, do we do just C4C proposals or do we do everybody's?
I would say the C4C proposals, the challenge proposals.
Okay.
Because I feel those really benefit the whole community.
And then they have to be removed and updated after fund date, or, you know, okay. Sorry, we're getting really close to the hour here. Anything else for accounting, Andre? I'm sorry, this feels really, but
no, I think that's it.
I think there was one thing. We have our first transaction, first form filled out.
And so on Friday, we're going to discuss together with the gimbals, the C4C tasks. That's the answer. Yeah.
Or we do it, or we try and pick it up tomorrow in a breakout room, something, discuss. And then we'll figure that out and be able to share it with everybody else, make sure everybody's on board with how we're doing it, figure something out. Allocation of funding. Okay, that's it.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I think we talked about it already, but I finished. Well, I probably didn't finish it, but I did the tasks that I'm aware of for the sustainability challenge. Put them into a spreadsheet, and I wanted to ask you guys to help me fill that out. You know, when maybe not just now what you remember, but over the next couple of weeks when we're preparing the sustainability event, and you're doing something. If you remember, please put them into the sheet. So we have a full list of tasks that have to be done for the sustainability event.
Okay.
Yes, and then as I created in the GitHub projects, I created. I mean, this is not done yet. This is like a preview of how this could look like. I would also like to get your feedback on if you would want to work like that, if that is, yeah, also if the tasks are granular enough or too granular. Yeah, what do you think about that? About the project board, the Kanban board?
So this, it feels like it's something really related to the gimbal token PBL with tasks, figuring out how to monitor them.
Yeah, it is. It's also related to the proposal, because in our proposal we got funding to do this, right? So, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys talked about how the money is going to be split among the event organizers.
Yeah,
but,
well, that's
if we want to do anything task related, this would be an option to record it.
because I think that in all fairness, you need to be able to do a demo of this, right? So, because to see a link, maybe.
Oh yeah, can you click on the link, please? Because I would like to share on my screen, but it's not really possible. I think half the time I'm gonna lose connection to Zoom.
Yeah, hopefully mine stays too. So.
Oh, but you're sharing the screen already. It usually
Right.
happens.
So
I'll
in
share
the
the screen.
meantime, while we're doing this, we've got 12 minutes to finish the agenda. If you guys, if somebody could, you know, start working on that independently, whoops, just figuring out what we're doing tomorrow, that would be great. We also have this, the link for this actual form for the slide sheet is in there. Anybody wants to get working on that, that's great. Please do, we can maybe multitask here. Okay.
All right. So if you click on the 3 dots next to video.
Copy
All right.
card link.
I'm sorry, but you.
Yeah, I'm not signed in.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that's it. I was curious because I thought you didn't have the permissions, but yeah. Can you sign in, or is that too much of a hassle right now?
Nori, can you're on GitHub, right?
I think.
Who else? Who else can share?
Yeah, I can have a look there quickly.
I can do it. Sorry, I was muted.
Thank you,
Okay,
Nori.
you're co-host, and actually while you're doing that, I'm actually going to work on the meetup, if that's okay.
It's kind of important that everyone.
Okay, all right,
you know,
let's do it. I'm going to try not to multitask.
It's I mean.
Okay, Nori, go ahead and share, and then we'll figure this out.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
That's okay. No,
I've been trying
thank
to
you.
show this to you for
Simon,
a while now.
you
Okay.
need to put your foot down on this. This is good. Okay.
Okay, where am I going?
To the link on the sheet, the GitHub link.
In the notes, down further.
Yeah.
Bottom of.
One?
Yeah.
One
No,
below that.
not
One
the
below.
next one. Yep.
Oops. I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, my computer. My computer is
We
super
caught
slow.
you. It's recorded. We got you.
This one. Hold on. Let me close a bunch of tabs because I can't have more than 2 or 3 tabs open or my computer freezes. This one?
No, the other one, the one to the left.
Okay. Welcome to my life. Stare at spinning wheels most of the day.
So if you click on the three dots next to video, or you also, no, you're signed in. Do you not have permissions to do that?
What am I doing?
Just edit the board or the card, the note. Usually, if you click on those three, you can edit the note. So
I might not have permissions to do that here.
yeah, well, never mind. Anyway, if you click on that, it says edit note, and you can not just edit the note, you can convert it into an issue, but I don't think we will need that. Anyway, when you pick up one of those tasks, you can put your name. That's where the username one is. You can put your name in there by editing the card. And then if you want, if you start this task, you just drag it to in progress. So everyone knows someone is working on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you don't have the permission for that as well, unfortunately.
Oh.
So I'll do it for you.
I was like, wow, it worked.
It's like magic. Can you do that for me too whenever I want to move something?
Sure thing, sure thing. No, we're gonna make sure you have the permissions. So if you let's say you did the recording, all right, looks good, but after the meeting or after the meetup, you have to do something. So you didn't do the upload or share the link to the marketing. And again, this is kind of based on the task list. So if you see anything that needs to be added there, please, let us know, or insert it yourself if you're sure. And yeah. So that is basically the idea. And then all three are done, and you can put it into the done section. And everyone knows who did what. And we could basically, reward people for doing tasks that way.
That's
So
very cool.
go ahead, Nori.
I just think that's very cool. And CC admin and the circle and a few other groups do it very similarly. So it seems to keep things very visible. It works best if everything that we do goes in as a card, and then you can kind of see the flow. But that takes a while to get used to and figure it out, and everybody needs to be comfortable with that. The circle has taken them months to even get to the point where they can.
So how does this information translate though, like to payment of a task? Does it have to be moved now to a Excel sheet? To me, it would be like there's a task on an Excel sheet and you click off in progress, you click off done, and then you've got it, and the name.
Maybe if we decided these, like that video card gets paid so much and the marketing card gets paid so much, then basically you're just going to go to issues, see how many video cards there are, see how many marketing cards there are, pay all the video cards. So we will, Treasury will just look at.
Yeah,
so this basically, I mean, I think this could replace a sheet, the way you say it. I think it's both would work. This is just a known technique in project management. It's called Kanban boards, and yeah, we can do it this way. We can use a sheet if you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, let's. We got 4 minutes, so I'm going to say sorry to rush and go through this. Definitely, let's work on options of, recording it in GitHub is really important. I know that. We'll figure that one out. 4 minutes. This is going to be the fastest Wednesday meeting ever. Actually, we've got 2 minutes because then we have to close up in 2 minutes. So agenda. What do we want to do tomorrow? Unless somebody else wants to take this over this week, that's fine with me.
It's a good question what we want to do tomorrow. I had today a call with Harry, and he wants to present to us, Harry from Impact Acceleration funded project. I know you speak with him also. And he wanted to present for us next week to the team is basically to the what is doing as an acceleration, impact acceleration, and then people that wants to be part of that. Like for free, it's a free acceleration for how to think impact business. It's a 12 weeks process of 1.5 hours. So he can do an half an hour presentation, but I thought to push it for next week. But if you want, I can ask if he's available tomorrow, if we don't have anything.
Right, and I'm just thinking about Catalyst. Where are we in Fund 8? We're at the VCA stage still?
VCA stage still this week, yeah.
Voting starts soon.
Voting start next week, yeah.
And then, so these are things that need to be covered for our community. So we need to have people do this. The impact acceleration, that would be Yoram, if you can get that figured out for this week.
Yeah, or another option, just an idea. I know it's late. I mean, I can reach out to him and come back to you very soon. Or another option is basically to have people present their proposals and kind of brainstorm around that if they want. But I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would be willing, or I would like to present the climate change to challenge proposal.
Okay, this one needs to go to next week. Yeah, this definitely feels like it needs to go next week. Okay, so we're gonna take that.
You will be ready to do it. So then we have time to invite everyone. I think it will be quite cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next week. Okay, so because this is enough, and then need to let our community know you're going to have this opportunity. Hopefully they've done stuff for Idea Fest. Yeah, what do we say?
For a breakout room, would we want to start talking about having a C4C pick list or things that we think people should be aware of for consideration when they vote?
Well, that was started, you know, with the document. There's maybe almost 20 proposals that people submitted, you know, so you can look through that. That again is community generated. It's not vetted, which is something we have to be careful of. Are we trying to manipulate people's opinion of stuff, or everybody in? What do we do? So
yeah, my thought is there's so many things spread out across so many challenge settings, unfortunately, because we don't have a home for impact initiatives or climate things. It might be nice to just do some kind of vetting and say, these are all great proposals we think you should consider that you might not find on your own, and just have something there. Because I think that could be one powerful service that we could provide to people who care about that.
It's absolutely incredibly important. So how do we want to do this for the agenda? Does that look like this would be enough?
I mean, if it's not enough, yeah, sorry, Simon.
Who wants to talk about the VCA stage?
I mean, I can talk, but what we want to do about that? I'm being a VCA, so I can talk about that.
Okay.
But what we want to say about it? Okay, just general description of the stage.
Just general description, maybe links to resources for the community in case they haven't done it. They need to have been a CA in the last 2 funds, or 3 in the whole. That kind of piece. And then maybe if you want to walk people through it, what does that mean? Maybe do an old example or something like that, just really quick. That would be my suggestion, but it's your baby. You do what you want with it.
Okay, no, it's a good idea. Good idea.
Okay, and voting coming up. So this is really related to the connections to proposals across Catalyst. So can we combine these two? Nori, would you feel comfortable doing both?
Yeah, and I think the goal for me would be to just kind of kick off the conversations around it and figure out how we want to create this list.
It
And I
is
know
started, but
yeah,
you might want to do something, you might want to reinvent that one too. So voting coming up is important too. People have to have ADA in their wallet. It'll come up in town hall anyways, but you know, they have to have it in advance, right? Miro, you got to go? Okay, ciao. Thank you so much for being here.
Just Miro, 1 second. Andre, do you have a second? Because I need an address for C4C, or maybe actually the Nori. I think maybe we should use the internal address.
Okay, can you grab that offline off
Yeah,
the
sure, no
meeting?
problem.
Perfect.
Just wanted
Okay.
to say that.
So voting coming up, it's going to be covered at town hall, so we don't really have to do much. Or do we? Does town hall go through the whole process of having 500 ADA and staking it and getting a picture of your voting app, uploading your voting app, saving your QR? Do they go through all of that for voting? I'm not sure.
I don't know either what they're
Okay.
I
planning.
don't know. Yeah.
So let's leave this for town hall for now. And then if they have not, the only thing is that by next week, we're already into voting, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. So this feels like it needs to be thought about.
Okay, but let's see who is coming, and then who doesn't know about it also, and then
Okay,
Max, we can have a breakout room and explain that to
check
people in a
with
breakout room.
crowd.
Yeah,
Crowd
and then
who
I think
shows up.
tomorrow also we can be quite easy. I mean, in the sense that if then we finish early and we want people to speak a little bit about what they do, and I mean it's also
Okay.
good sometimes to touch base.
Yeah, well, we did that last week. So this is
That's true.
feeling like we need a little bit of structure here. Website development. There's just C4C in general, or there's the GTPBL. I'd kind of like to have a breakout room for explaining what we're trying to do and getting interest.
I think that's a great idea. And actually you can leave it also in part of the agenda as an intro.
Yes.
And then people can go to the breakout room. I think that's a great idea.
Okay, good. And because that's related to
It will be the
tasks.
most attractive one, but
You know what, it's hard to say. I've been in breakout rooms where we had to go somewhere else because nobody showed up, but that's okay. This one's interesting.
So I will ask Jem maybe if he wants to do the website one.
That's a big ask.
yeah, he's really under, yeah.
This was Miro bringing
yes,
this
but
up.
Jem mentioned someone else who was working on it, right?
Yeah. There's Burke that also has been doing it.
Maybe we can ask him.
That one we may or may not do this week or next week, because that's not crucial, right?
No.
Okay.
Not crucial. I don't.
And what else for breakout rooms?
Since
I think it's fine.
Let's do that one.
That's good. Good enough.
Yeah, and we need to jump into the other call.
Yes, VCA, are you going to do a breakout room? We'll just do breakout room if need be.
If needed, I'm happy to do if people want more information.
Okay. And VCA and voting if needed. Okay, perfect. Done. Okay, how'd this go? Really good? Thumbs up? Thumbs down?
Yeah, I came late, but it's good to come always.
Good, awesome. Okay, I'll be working on this content later today. The link is in the agenda. If anybody else wants to drop in some slides, that'd be super helpful. And then that's it. I think that's it. And then the NFT, we got to figure out, event. What are we thinking? Event.
Yeah, event update.
Motion.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, see, this is what happens.
This is what happened when
NFT.
When I'm getting old.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for coming. We'll do this again same time next week unless we can figure out a different time. Okay. Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you.
And I need the link to.
Yeah, me too, please. If someone else.